But what happens when a vaccine manufacturer starts bullying? I am describing what Pfizer is doing. The American pharma giant, it is doing all of this. It is bullying countries to submit to its demands. We first reported about this back in February this year. Pfizer wanted Argentina to put its bank reserves, its military bases, and its embassy buildings at stake as collateral. These are Pfizer's demands. Number one, Brazil waives the sovereignty of its assets abroad in favor of Pfizer. That the rules of the land be not applied on Pfizer. Number three, that Brazil take into consideration a delay in delivery. Number four, that Pfizer is not penalized for a delay in delivery. And number five, in case of any side effects, Pfizer be exempted from all civil liability. 8 months have passed. Pfizer has not changed. It is still putting profits above public health. It is still forcing governments to bend to its will. An advocacy group has thrown up more details of what Pfizer does. It has accessed some confidential contracts of Pfizer. These contracts are with 9 countries and blocs. Desperate countries are being forced to make humiliating concessions to Pfizer. Found 6 very important points worth highlighting. Number one, Pfizer has the right to silence governments. It has forced countries to not talk about the deals they strike for shots. The Brazilian government is prohibited from making any public announcement concerning the existence, subject matter, or terms of the agreement, or commenting on its relationship with Pfizer without the prior written consent of the company. This basically is a private company muzzling a government. Number two, Pfizer controls the donations of its shots, not the country that buys them. Pfizer will decide where the shots go. Suppose someone wants to donate Pfizer shots to Brazil. They cannot. The Pfizer agreement restricts Brazil from accepting donations. No one can donate Pfizer vaccines to this country. They cannot use the Pfizer shot until they buy it. If Brazil were to accept donated doses without Pfizer's permission, it would be considered an uncurable material breach of their agreement, allowing Pfizer to immediately terminate the agreement. Upon termination, Brazil would be required to pay the full price for any remaining contracted doses. Number three, Pfizer has secured an intellectual property waiver for itself. Pfizer is accused of intellectual property theft. Governments will pay. What happens if someone accuses Pfizer of stealing its vaccine technology? The government will be forced to defend Pfizer. At least 4 countries have been forced to protect Pfizer's patent, meaning these governments are defending Pfizer for intellectual property theft. Number 4, if there are disputes, private arbitrators and not public courts will decide on them. What if these governments want to get out of these tough contracts? They won't be able to sue Pfizer at home. The matter will go to a secret panel of 3 private arbitrators in New York. Pfizer will be tried as per New York law and not the laws of the land where it sells vaccines. And these countries will pay heavily if they lose in arbitration. Number 5, Pfizer can go after state assets to secure its compensation, and foreign bank accounts, foreign investments, commercial property, state-owned airlines, even oil companies. Pfizer can take over any or all of these from a government. Number 6, Pfizer calls the shots on all key decisions. Basically, everything happens on Pfizer terms once a country decides to buy its vaccine. Even the delivery of shots is decided by the company. In Brazil, in Albania, in Colombia, Pfizer gets to decide the delivery timetable for vaccines, and Pfizer, of course, gets to decide the price. It accepts accountability for nothing, and in case someone sues the company, it's the government that foots the bill for the damages, not Pfizer. There is no other way to describe Pfizer's business practices. This is vaccine terrorism.
快手，拥抱每一种生活。